George Rossolatos, Chief Executive Officer of the Canadian Business Growth Fund. Welcome to 90 Seconds with Entrepreneurial Leaders. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for having me.
You talk about, providing them with the capital, with the expertise, but you also talk about, the talent network that you provide and helping them to build out their team. Maybe tell me a bit about that.
But at the end of the day, you're backing people, and end of the day, people help people, and that's our philosophy of our fund. We've tried to hire a team that wants to be helpful to these entrepreneurs, but we realize that this one fund that now has 16 investments that soon will have 25 or 30, we can't impart all that help alone. So what we've done is brought together a group of talented Canadian experienced entrepreneurs and advisors that want to help Canadian companies. And they can either have a coffee with an entrepreneur or be a paid consultant or a board member or executive chair. It really ranges, but we try and keep this database of talent that we can then impart on our companies. All these companies need help, and they don't always have the scale to hire that help. And so the extent we can bring them and introduce them to help and advisors and people like yourself, it helps companies in their scale-up challenge.
I certainly see, there's a list of sort of common challenges or issues that are similar across these businesses. What do you see in terms of talent in your portfolio companies and what some of their biggest challenges are?
Well, I would say talent is the top of their list across the board. We tend to back companies that are scaling, and if they're scaling, they're hiring. And if they're hiring, they're looking for the best talent available.
Yeah, and I think another, big issue that happens too is that the finance leader that maybe started with you or, maybe isn't the person who's going to take you forward into the future, right? It's that the leveling up of talent within your organization and the challenges that come with having to maybe bring someone in from the outside to take on that leadership role, right? I think is a big challenge for a lot of these businesses.
Absolutely. And, if you've got a culture that allows that to happen, that's wonderful. But sometimes, the person does not allow that to happen. I think we all have a big role in helping these younger companies actually scale, because the other thing they're all facing is, and I faced it when I ran a public company for a number of years, when you're adding a level or a layer in an organization as you're scaling, it's a huge challenge. It's a cultural challenge, it's a talent challenge. You need to put people that were reporting directly to you and put a layer in between them, and that the culture has to work, and you've got to figure this out. And each of the companies we're backing has this type of a problem where you're adding layers into the organization. And none of them have really been through that to the extent that they're experiencing it, and we're trying to help.